actually humbles me.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I'm making all the right decisions, and yeah, you need that outside perspective, or else your ego will just take over.
Yeah, or you'll go down like the wrong path.
Yeah, because it's easy to have yes men around you once you have some financial success, and then you just think you're hot.
And then like the people that you pick up are people that are telling you the wrong thing, and the only reason why they're telling you to do that is because they get paid on that.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, well, like,
All right, guys. Chris Bentley here, real estate expert from Dallas, right? Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How's that market been lately?
It's good. Yeah, a lot of relocations to Dallas. Obviously, it's a state that has no taxes, so a lot of people moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are they moving from? Cali?
New York, New Jersey, California, Washington, Minnesota.
Nice.
Yeah, those are like some of the bigger ones.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey. That state tax is no joke there.
I grew up on the East Coast. I'm in the DC, Virginia area.
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
East Coast, good weather, but yeah, some of those taxes are just, especially New York and Jersey.
It's expensive to live there,
damn,
too.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dallas, you get a lot of land. The one thing I'll say, because I just got back from Dallas, a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
I got wrecked. I missed my flight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know how much traffic there was, so I was like, oh, it's only 15 away, and then my flight was at 6. I got stuck in like 50 minutes of traffic.
Yeah, there's always a wreck. There's always, it's like 30 minutes anywhere, really, in Dallas, which a lot of people aren't used to. I mean, I'm not really even used to it. I've been there for 13 plus years, but it's just, that's kind of how it is. And if you catch it on rush hour, it's anywhere from like 45 to an hour.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, it's just different.
You got to plan it out there.
Yeah, I mean, on the East Coast, it's just different because you like drive somewhere and it's like there's stuff there to look at. In Dallas, it's really not. It's not.
There's so much space.
Yeah, it's just a lot of space.
Is that when you got into real estate, when you moved out to Dallas, or were you?
No, I was doing real estate since 2003, so 21 years now. And then I started out on the East Coast, and I moved to Dallas over 13 years ago. So
you survived the 08 crash then?
Yeah, barely.
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 Well, a lot of people went bankrupt. So is that what happened to you?
I went bankrupt, but I lost my houses too. So I had like tenants in there that weren't paying, and it was just like a big mess. And
damn.
Back then, like bankruptcy was a lot easier than it is now. So I just did a BK and just survived it.
And how long did that take to recover from?
Probably about like a year or two.
Okay.
Because I had like you can assign somebody else's credit to your credit. So like I was using my mom's credit cards and stuff like that. So I was kind of like moving my credit up. I just knew how the game worked. So I just kind of moved it up as I went.
That credit game is a good game to know, man.
Oh, yeah.
I see people getting credit cards and literally buying houses with 0% credit cards.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then putting that house on Airbnb.
Mm-hmm. And you can do it with like American Express points and stuff like that. There's all kinds of like
the point hacking is nuts.
Yeah. All kinds
people watching this, don't buy flights with just points. Transfer it to the airline. You get 5x the points.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, so they'll give you a 5x bonus. I know. Same with hotels too.
Wow.
You got to look for those deals.
Yeah.
I know people going to Egypt for like $500 business class.
Wow. I know people that just spreadsheet it and like look at it and all kinds of, it's
you
wild.
could get extreme with it.
Yeah.
I don't pay too much attention because people live in that world sometimes, but I'd rather just focus on making money, baby.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way.
What's your bread and butter though?
Really, it's luxury homes. I mean, I sell a lot of luxury homes, high price stuff. I get to meet a lot of really cool people.
I bet.
Which is really great.
Anyone ever like shock you that you turned up to the house and you were like, what?
It was just, somebody will call me and be like, hey, I want to go look at like 123 Main. I'll go show out there and I'll be like, wow, like I didn't know like this was going to be this person.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, that's cool. Or it'll be like somebody that created an app or something and you're like had no idea they were making like that kind of money. And you're like, wow, like that's cool.
That's probably like a good networking opportunity too.
Yeah, because it's just like, oh, I know Chris and like he can give me something. And before you know it, like they'll tell their friends.
Right.
And, like it's before. It's just.
Yeah, because if one person's getting a house, their friends are probably moving in within the next few years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's a snowball kind of deal.
Yeah. So what's the price range you typically aim for?
I mean, Dallas is a little different from like the New York and like the Cali markets. So, I mean, anything that's like over $500,000 is considered like, or I guess more like 600 is more considered like luxury.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a little different market.
Yeah. Out here, that's like an average house, I feel like.
Yeah. But yeah, anything over $1 million is kind of like when you start like getting into my phone calls and stuff
Okay.
like that.
What's the most you've sold a house for?
5.5 million.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
How many square foot? How many acres?
It was just it's in Highland Park. It's like in one of the ritziest neighborhoods in Dallas. So yeah,
that's cool.
Everybody wants it. It's exclusive. It's just for people to say like, hey, I live in Highland Park, So it's just that's what it is.
That's where Cuban's at.
Yeah, Cuban and a lot of other ones.
I heard a casino's coming out there.
They're trying to.
Cuban's trying to get that through, right? He just
sold. That was
sold
a whole Maverick sale.
Right. That would change Dallas up, I think.
A lot.
Because I don't think there's any casinos in like the center of the country right now.
No, and it's going to create more jobs, and it's going to create like betting and different stuff.
Yeah, I mean we're in Vegas now. That's how we all can live here because of the casinos. It's like the necessary evil almost.
I know.
Preying on people's losses, but it funds a majority. I'd have to look at the percent, but it's got to be 80%.
I think it's the same thing with like Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, really?
Yeah, because they have a lot of casinos and that kind of stuff.
I didn't know that. So are you mainly in Dallas?
Yeah, I'm just in Dallas. But
you got plans to expand?
Maybe. I'm thinking about Miami every once in a while just because I like traveling there and hanging out. But
it's hard to beat Miami, dude.
I know.
Like, it's really hard.
Yeah.
If I wasn't in a relationship and I was single, I'd think Miami would be the move.
Then, like, if I could speak Spanish, like, fluently.
You need to speak Spanish out there.
Yeah.
We're probably outliers out there.
Yeah.
If you walk the street out there and you don't really see many white people walking around.
Well, I mean, it's just a mix.
Yeah.
So it's just, we got to know Spanish, though. Or, like, at least a little bit to understand what's going on.
Absolutely. How were you able to get clients? Social media?
When I first started out, it was a lot of networking. Like, a lot of, like, handshaking and, like, talking to people about what they do and different stuff and talking about that kind of stuff. And eventually, somebody gave me a deal, and before he got another deal, and it just kind of, like, started to add up. But I was an absolute, like, ninja in terms of, or, like, a psychopath with networking. I was out, like, every night, even, like, weekends, just trying to, like, meet people. And before you knew it, like, I was like the popular kid or the popular guy, and then just people just started like being like, oh, like, see if you can list this or see if you can sell this. It just kind of worked its way out.
I feel like that's most agents struggle, right? Getting clients.
Yeah, like they got to get leads. Like that's the biggest thing. And that's the thing that like most people when they graduate school have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
Like,
and just I think social skills in general are tougher these days because of social media.
Yeah.
So people don't even know how to talk.
Yeah, I mean, especially like the younger clients that I bring out, I'm like, you got to go to a networking event and start meeting people, and they're like, like I have to get up and like go somewhere and like go talk to people that are random strangers. It's just like, that's how it is. That's how business is.
I mean, it's hard to sell a house over text, over DMs.
Yeah, they try, but yeah.
Not everyone's Ryan Serhant, right?
Right.
Did you watch his new show?
I haven't watched his show. I read part of his book.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. He's a gifted marketer, like gifted how he like thinks of stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's a crazy market because there's no MLS, so you have to like be kind of innovative
and like really hustle because there's a lot of people that are doing the same hustle he is.
Right, but he's able to just network better than all of them and promote himself with social media.
Yeah, and I think he's like he has a lot of benefits too. Like he's just a popular dude. He's out there working. He just hustles. Because I read the beginning of the book and I was just like, wow, this is good. And then I got to like the middle.
Yeah,
he just talks about his hustle.
Is there any TV shows about the Dallas market, like Selling Dallas or something?
I'm trying to create one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like I've been on a couple of shows and trying to promote something that like get it happening, and like it just hasn't worked out. Like I've talked to a couple of directors about it.
Interesting. I wonder why.
It's just like they want something more like a cat fight. They want like two women arguing about something, or they want something that's very like, I don't know, kind of like Sunset right now, where it's not really about selling homes. It's about like shoes and purses and yelling at people. Like,
they need that drama, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm all about selling houses.
Yeah.
Like, let's go get paid.
Well, from their point of view, that probably doesn't get as many views. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty boring for them.
A lot of that drama is manufactured too.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, reality TV. I don't even believe anything I see on reality TV. They're trying to get views.
I don't really believe a lot of stuff I see on TV.
For sure. Anymore. Yeah, not even just reality these days. What shows were you on?
I was on like this dating show, and I did it, and I like regretted it, and it never aired. Thank God.
Oh, it didn't?
Yeah, it never aired.
Why'd you regret it?
Because they would ask me to do like the most like things that I would not feel comfortable with.
Really?
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, like I know you sell luxury homes. I want you to like go out and like we're gonna shoot this one scene where you talk about how like you dominate this particular city and like this and that. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I know it's going to get ratings. So, like, I did it. And then afterwards, I was like, well, like, there's a lot of other people that are really good in this market, too. And, like, they're probably going to see that are my competitors. And we all work together. So, you can't, like, you have to do, two agents have to work together. So, like, I don't want to, like, create a lot of friction like that.
Yeah, they would have been like, this guy.
Yeah, like, this dude's full of it, and, like, that's what I didn't want.
Yeah, so, I don't think I'd ever gone reality TV because they're just telling you what to do and stuff.
And the contracts, too. Like, I couldn't do certain things. I had to post a certain amount of times, and, like, I had to do a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah. No, because I've tried to have those people on the pod, and I have to sign a release form just to even have them come from the network.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They got them on like a 360.
It worked out well for like Josh Flagg and like a lot of those other people, but they basically like sold their soul. They can't do anything without permission.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to be careful with selling your souls. Once you get some money and attention, you're a target of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So you're done with TV, but you said you might want to try to make your own.
Yeah, I would love to. I even thought about doing like a YouTube series. I'm big on YouTube, so like I was thinking about doing a whole series. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's a lot of work.
What do you think about the house flipping model? Is that still viable these days?
It is if you start out with something that's low. I think Grant Cardone has like the right idea with like the multifamily. It's just whatever your slice of thing is.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that it's really easy, and it takes a lot of like stomach to deal with tenants and people not paying rent and repairs and stuff like that. Some people love it, and some people hate it. I used to be a landlord, and I hated it, like hearing all the sob stories about how they can't make rent and stuff like that.
Contractors are always way more than you expect to.
Yeah, I mean,
way
it's just
more.
all kinds of different stuff.
A lot of headaches, yeah.
Yeah.
Sub 2 and seller financing is hot right now.
Yeah.
But I tried it because I just bought a house, and it was tough, you know?
Right.
Asking someone to not put down any money for their house, it's a tough sell.
Yeah. It's true.
I'm sure you get clients asking you for that structure now a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of get more clients that have money, to be really honest.
Really?
But like when I first started, I had like a lot of clients who were just kind of like trying to get me to push them into a home, and that's like probably the worst thing you possibly do.
Right.
It's like, hey, like I really want a home, but I could barely afford it. You know, can you squeeze me in? And all it takes is like one really bad month, and then you're out.
You're out, yeah.
So
Got to start somewhere though, right?
yeah, I mean, it's just.
How many people are under you now?
I got 18 agents now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a small brokerage. We're growing. It's just we have a lot of products that we sell, which is really great, and we just keep rolling. Like the great thing about our company is me. Like I mentor people, I coach them. It's not a situation where you just like come in, pay your fee, you get a desk, you get some time with me, and like that's it. Like,
Yeah.
You can ask me questions, you can roll with me, we can go to appointments. That's how I learned the business. I was actually like more hands-on.
Yeah. So you wanted to have hands-on style with your firm?
Yeah, because I want to make sure like the client journey and their satisfaction is really important to me. So I want them to have a great experience. I want them to be like, wow, like I did it with Chris, and like his company was great, and like, his agents were great. I recommend him. I mean, that's word of mouth is huge.
Massive.
Yeah.
People don't know your reputation is
Huge.
especially these days because of social media.
Yeah.
Like that goes fast and far.
And quickly.
Yeah. I wonder if that will be scalable as you hire more employees.
We'll see. I'm going to have to hire more staff,
Yeah.
basically.
Do you feel pretty overwhelmed right now with 18?
Not so much, but it's getting there because I wear a lot of hats. So.
I think there's this one rule. I think one manager for every 5 on average for big companies,
Something
or
like
20. That. It's either 5 or 20.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because at a certain point you're just
It's too much.
all
yeah.
over the place.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool though, man. I can't wait to see where you are in a few years. Actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So
Come
18.
a long way. I mean, we're gonna be 5 years old in January. So.
Okay. So 18 in 5 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many houses a year are you guys selling?
It just depends. This is gonna be our biggest year, but
Really?
yeah, even though it's like a down year.
Yeah, this is a down year, like pretty significant
And it's
down
like
year,
a
right?
biggest year, yeah.
Like how much are prices down over there?
Not by much. Everything right now is really overinflated.
Okay.
Honestly, in pricing, everybody thinks they're gonna get the top dollar, and there's just no buyers. And that's what we're experiencing. Is like there's a lot of homes on the market. I'm listing a lot of homes on the market. There isn't a whole lot of buyers. And now that the interest rates have come down a little bit, more people are more inclined to like put an offer in, but it's still like a lot of bottom feeding, trying to get like a great deal on something.
That's why I bought now because I didn't want to compete with other offers.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't
That's
think
smart.
about when the interest rates drop. There's going to be 10 other offers and they're going to be over ask. Because remember, like 3 years ago, that's what it was.
Yep.
I remember when I moved to Vegas, if you didn't offer 100K over ask, they wouldn't even entertain the offer.
Yep.
Was Dallas like that too?
Yeah, it was like I walked into any house, it was either 40 to 60,000 over asking, and if you didn't have that, like we're walking out the door.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, I was just be like, oh, well, like thanks for coming. I mean, that's how it was.
Yeah.
I sold a house over 100,000.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was pretty smooth. It was a really nice house, but like over 100,000.
That's nuts.
And the lender didn't even want to accept it. Like I had to call the VP and be like, hey, like it's Chris Bentley, like I'm selling this house.
Holy crap.
And like the VP of the bank and be like, but yeah, he's underwater.
The VP of the bank is?
No, well, I'm sure.
The
VP of
buyer,
bank,
yeah.
the buyer's underwater.
Yeah, when you pay too much over ask, I
Yeah,
mean,
you're just stuck with it.
you got to have that safety net. What else are you doing outside of real estate?
I saw on Amazon FBA. It started out as just something that I did as like a hobby. Another guy that I met, like he was telling me how he was killing it, and it was like kind of a competition between us. I'm not really doing that quite as much anymore. And then I do capital management. I trade money, or I trade stocks for people.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So you're good with the numbers.
Yeah, like I've been playing stocks since I was a kid.
Okay.
So,
Do you do it manually, or do you have an algorithm?
I don't have an algorithm. I just do it manually.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just really good with numbers.
What's your strategy? News cycles, or you just look at the charts?
I look at charts. Yeah.
So that works. The TA actually works.
Yeah, so I look at like I buy low, so high. I do a lot of different things, but yeah, it's very like easy strategy.
Really?
But, yeah.
What's your track record, like history?
I'm usually in like the 20%.
Damn,
So.
a year?
Sorry, like FINRA or anybody, SEC, like yeah, but like somewhere in the upper that area. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those numbers are achievable with lower, because some people are managing hundreds of millions. So 20% would be really hard. But if you're managing millions, it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Damn, that's impressive though. So what's the structure if someone watching this is interested?
Just like they would just meet with me and we'll just talk about it.
Okay.
I'm pretty flexible. Like I just,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
link
like
your,
everybody else is like they have to take a certain cut and it's like a big cut, and I just want people to be happy with their results.
We'll link your Instagram below to get in contact with you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my bread and butter. I just sell real estate.
I mean, 20% is no joke, dude.
Yeah.
People are looking for 10% right now.
Yeah.
And then you got people putting 5% in bonds.
Yeah.
Happy with that. But
Or even like savings accounts.
oh, those are even worse.
Yeah,
Those
I
are like
know.
what, 1%, 2%?
They're pretty high right now.
Oh,
They're
they
still
are?
like in the fours. Yeah.
Oh, that's higher than I thought.
Yeah, but they're dropping because the interest rates are going down.
Yeah. I remember I used to use this one bank called CIT Bank, and it was 8%.
Wow.
This was like 5 years ago.
Wow.
But it's probably like
Yeah, no
decimated
longer there.
by now. Plus, it's FDIC only goes up to what, 250K?
Yeah.
So you can't really put a lot in there.
Yeah.
Because if they go under, which looks like some banks are going to go under, right? You're probably hearing rumblings of this in the real estate space.
Yeah, I mean, I was in banks before, so like I kind of knew about it. I had a bank job, so like I just kind of know how it works on like the back end. It's pretty tight. Like, I mean, me personally, like I wouldn't get into purchasing a bank.
Definitely not.
It's just like there's a lot of work for like not much profit.
Is it true when you deposit $1, they're allowed to lend it out 10 times?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
How is
that's
that
whatever their rules are with the Fed.
How is that even possible though? Like,
Because the Fed will always push them up.
wow.
So it's kind of like you being a child and being able to spend whatever you want on your credit card, knowing your mom is going to pay for the bill, and then if your mom isn't there, like
They'll
somebody
bail
else,
you out.
yeah, somebody else will bail.
And those
you
are our tax dollars too.
yeah, they'll figure out something out. They'll print some more money and tell you not to do that again.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Do you keep a lot in the bank?
Sometimes it's mostly in my equity accounts.
Yeah, trading.
And trading. Yeah,
Are you doing options or just pure?
Nah, just pure equities.
So that's actually safe then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
because
bad.
options traders get wrecked, I've seen.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, stock trader gets wrecked too. It just depends on your strategy and like how good you are.
Yeah. Well, they could get wrecked too, but I feel like not as bad.
Yeah, options are crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do options.
You never dabbled with it?
No, I watched trader, like I'm in a lot of like trader forums and trader sites and stuff.
Yeah.
I watch people on Twitter, and like there's one guy I follow. He does like crazy amounts of
The Tesla options, right?
Yeah,
those
Tesla,
are
Nvidia, and stuff like that. Yeah, like it's crazy.
Nvidia. Oh man, if you caught that one, you're chill.
Yeah, he made like 900,000 one day. And
I caught Shopify in college.
I was just like, wow.
Yeah, there's a few. Like if you caught Apple early, or
Yeah.
any of these big 10 companies these days. Did you
It's-
catch Nvidia?
I caught it like now when
Okay.
they did the split, and like I caught it a couple times during earnings just for the fun of it.
But you're in and out.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
holding long term.
I hold probably like depends on the situation, but yeah, I probably hold. I have like some core stocks, and then outside of that, I'm in and out.
Okay.
So it's just.
You ever
kinda how I
dabble
do
with
it.
crypto?
I haven't dabbled, but I've been in a lot of like rooms with them.
That's a whole nother world, man.
Yeah.
Those kids are straight up autistic, like nerdy, like they're.
It helps if you have like if you're in a room with a bunch of them that are doing it, because a lot of people do have rooms or forums
Yep.
or discords and stuff like that.
How do people watching this get access to these like, forums and stuff?
Like you can go on Twitter and just follow like some of the gurus and stuff like that, and just kind of it's all networking. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm very good at that stuff. So like I just see like somebody else is doing something, see what they're doing, and before you know it, like you're in a rabbit hole.
What do you think of
Researching stuff.
signals?
I haven't looked into that.
I feel like if you're selling access to signals, it's usually not the best quality,
Yeah,
unless you're like a really good track record trader or something.
yeah.
But I was never a fan of signal groups.
No, like I never dabbled with those guys.
Yeah,
Like,
the Forex stuff.
oh yeah.
That's a tough space.
I have a guy that's trying to get me to invest in Forex.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's kind of cool. And then I did some research on like how some of the brokerages like just tank overnight.
Yep.
They take your money. And
That
I'm
happened
like,
to me, dude.
Really?
Lost $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I got wrecked.
Wow.
I had friends lose millions too.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm never doing Forex again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about.
Yup. And any other investments you do?
Nah, just as
stocks
stuff.
and
I mean,
real estate.
I have some people that I invest with like bigger projects. They have like projects that are doing multifamily and stuff like that. And I invest in.
Nice.
That's kind of like just some play change kind of deal.
Do you do a lot of personal development work?
Of like myself.
Just like your mindset? Do you listen to a lot of podcasts, books? And
Yeah, I listen to like a lot of like motivation. I learned that when I was broke. Like I would wake up in the morning and listen to motivation, and then before I went to bed, I listened to motivation. And I listened to like all kinds of people. I've listened to like all the big names to just regular people. Because for me, like they may have a different angle on something that I never even like thought of.
Yeah.
That's what I really like about my girlfriend. She'll put me some angle about something, and I'll be like, that's like a really good idea. And then I'll sit there and chew on it for a couple of days, and I'll be like, now I know what she was talking about, or I know what he was talking about. Just some interesting thing.
Yeah, I asked you that because you were in the green room with headphones on.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
I've actually never seen a guest do that.
Really?
So,
Yeah, I was just listening to all motivation.
I could tell it was something.
Yeah.
Something important.
Yeah.
And
Well, I get in the right mindset,
Yeah, and the girlfriend thing, I could relate with that too. My fiance.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she humbles me.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I'm making all the right decisions, and yeah, you need that outside perspective, or else your ego will just take over.
Yeah. Or you'll go down like the wrong path.
Yeah, because it's easy to have yes men around you once you have some financial success, and then you just think you're hot.
And then like the people that you pick up are people that are telling you the wrong thing, and the only reason why they're telling you to do that is because they get paid on that.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, well, like
Yeah, I
thanks.
got pulled in so many ways when I started making money to invest in this, invest in that,
Right.
and they would get a commission. I would end up losing the money.
And they're really not your friend. They're
No,
just there
hell no.
for their
I lost a lot of relationships. You don't want to lose relationships over money ever.
Yeah.
Like that's not a smart thing to do. It's so short term thinking.
Uh-huh.
What are your long term plans and goals?
Top 3, obviously, in Dallas.
Where do you
for
rank right now?
brokerage. Oof, like at the bottom, pretty much.
Okay, so you got a long road ahead.
I got a long road, yeah. But I knew that coming in.
Yeah.
Yes. When you start a brokerage with like, not a very big name, and then kind of like grind it out through word of mouth and social media and that kind of stuff, it's difficult. But it's cool like that. I like it. Like that's the challenge of it.
How many employees do you think you'll need to get to the top 3?
Probably 180.
180.
180 agent.
You're 1/10 of the way there.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And those guys probably raised money and had all sorts of
Yeah.
connections. So
It'll be a fun journey. Like that's what I'm really looking forward to is like the journey more than just like the numbers. I've always been that way. Like it really doesn't matter about the money. Like money's money, comes and goes, but like the journey is where it's cool.
that's what I realized too with money and journeys. Journeys are way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a blast. I
Yeah.
look back at like working in my mom's basement. It's like those were the glory days, honestly.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, me too. Like, I was like, man, like being broke and like having to actually go out and like hustle hard because you got to make rent. And there's no other, like you got to make rent or else like you're out. Like you're living under a bridge. You know what I mean? Like it's not like this whole like, oh, like, like I'll survive tomorrow. It's like, no, like you got to make it. Like you got to make that sale.
Backs up against the wall, right?
Yeah,
That's
like-
when I'm the best too.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't like try to explain that to agents that, especially like newer agents. I can't explain that to them. And like, I had this one guy when I was doing financial services. He would tell me, he'd be like, if you want to be successful, you got to give me all your money. Like, just strike me a check for all your money. I'll hold on to it until you do get successful. But that's the only way you'll be successful in this business. And I was like, yeah, this guy's full of it. And then like now that I kind of see it, it kind of makes sense because like if I took all your money and that was it, and you had to go survive, like you had to go figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
There would be no safety net. You had to figure it out.
That is an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of kids are comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they have a backstop. They'll be like, oh, I'll ask my parents for it or something.
Go back to my mom's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, it's been fun, man. Where can people keep up with you, your social media?
It's Chris D. Bentley, and anywhere on any handle, pretty much on social media or chrisdbentley.com.
Boom.
But yeah.
We'll link below, man.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. That was cool. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. See you next time.
Take care.